going on, y'all?
What's going on, y'all? This is the Mill Clothing Company. I'm Brandon,
I'm Chris.
and we welcome you. The title of this video is How do you go from a CEO, from a worker to a CEO? Now, we're both gonna give an account of like where we came from, and we're gonna talk to you guys about our journey into changing from those goes moving into those two different types of lifestyles. So I'm gonna let Chris rock first about his journey from worker to CEO.
All right, well, so I started off working at COA inside of the community center. So I went from working at COA as a preteen group leader and a teen group leader to like actually being like the assistant coordinator and data entry specialist. Then I went on from there to work at Children's Hospital as a community health navigator. At the same time I was doing that, I figured, hey, why not try to do something for myself? So I started a nonprofit, which was Running Gun Elite, my program for adolescent youth in the community. And then, I had a long break or whatever, and then I come back, and now we here. We are in the Mill Clothing Company, where we took it from being inside of Sherman Phoenix to now at a standalone down here on Farwell.
Go even further back.
Well,
Started at the house.
yeah, we
Yeah,
know out the trunk, out the kitchen, and all of that.
Yeah,
Like,
out the kitchen.
you know what I mean? Pull up and press it right there at the table. But
Right.
that's for you to touch on. You know what I mean? Because I wasn't all in at that point. You know what I mean? I was around and I was, very vigilant, but again, I wasn't all in at that point. It wasn't until returning home is when I was like, kind of like, okay, let's go, bro. Whatever we need to do it, we gonna do it.
Mm-hmm.
And so here we are today. That's kind of like a brief description of my journey as working for other people all the way up until now.
Well, my story is kind of similar, but I would say I've always desired to have a business. I didn't know what it was. I always bring this up. I was like, at the time, this before all this other stuff came out. I got to, bro. I got to.
All right, whatever, dude. Go ahead.
I admired two celebrities. I admired Dame Dash and Sean Puffy Combs. I didn't know nothing about the other stuff, but I admired what I perceived as a strong businessman that owned what I thought at the time he owned his businesses. He went after his goals, whatever his vision was. And growing up, or I've worked many jobs. I will start there. I worked many jobs because I listened to other people. If you go do this, you get a better chance at a nice paying job and things of that nature. But throughout my journey going to college, I graduated with a bachelor's degree. I never really used my never really used my degree, but I got a expensive piece of paper hanging up in my living room. But I just never was happy, and I always I want something like I seen like at the time Jay-Z and Rockefeller and Puff and Bad Boy and these different people and FUBU and those four brothers, Dame and John and those type of guys. Like I always admired that. I wanted something like that. So my first attempt at that was I had a company called Kicks Matters, a clothing line called Kicks Matters, and I was always into fashion and that type of thing. And I was always a sneakerhead, like even as a kindergarten to even now. And I was in 2012. I started that company. Really didn't know where it was going or what to do. So I had to bump my head. It was about 5, 6 years of trial and error, and I learned about business. But I still had drive to strive to be more, and it woke me up. It gave me a sense of purpose with my own business because I always wanted something that I owned, and I didn't want to work for somebody else. Like I just never liked it, that notion. I didn't like once I get to a job, like yeah, it paid good, but I wasn't happy. I lay in the bed till the last minute to go work a job, um, and so that drove me to get into the CEO seat, which I didn't really know what that was at the time. I just know I started this. I gotta make it work. So I would say being an entrepreneur is a sense of drive you have to have because there's gonna be times that it don't seem like it's gonna work, and you don't have support like that you feel, because the first people you're gonna look at is like my friends and family, all my people that mess with me. They should buy this, they should buy that, and that is not the case. So there's gonna be a little resentment there that you have to overcome, and the pivot. And there's a lot of pivoting. If you like playing sports, you got to pivot. You want to pivot. You got to pivot foot in basketball. You got to pivot in baseball. You got to pivot in foot. You got to pivot in football. The other football, soccer, there's all kind of pivots you got to do to get out the opponent's way or direct them into a different direction. And I would say, like, being a CEO, it starts with your mindset, and that comes over time because you might have the mindset, but certain situations, certain experiences is gonna strengthen your mindset, or is gonna, if you look at it the wrong way, it's gonna deter your mindset. It's gonna bring it down, and you might get depressed. You might, because if you look at the glass half full, half empty and half full, then your outlook is gonna be different. So I would say, with me and Chris, our mindsets brought us together. Then come to find out we were cousins, but we're both like-minded individuals, and we both have strong suits that we all have different. What I want to say, we both have
like our strengths.
different strengths.
Our different strengths, I would say, help us mesh better together.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, you more of a visionary and I'm more of an architect.
Right.
And so you put the vision with an architect and it comes to life.
Right.
And so, like you say, like, even when designing or doing stuff like that, I'm more of a numbers type of guy, whereas you can do it other ways. You know what I mean? And so just taking what we do and how we do it and changing that into make it mesh better together. So like just having, like, I guess having a clear understanding of what our roles are as partners and how we would delegate the things that we are doing amongst each other also helps our relationship as business partners and as a team here inside of the Mill Clothing Company.
Mm-hmm. And working together, like, I didn't come into it. He didn't come into like I'm gonna do this. Like, this is my job. I know how to do this. And like, no, I listen to what he has to say. He listens to what I have to say, and then we come together and to form like Voltron to execute whatever the plan is for that day. But I would say, what would you start of? What are some of the proper steps? The people that's viewing us.
Proper steps to
start going from
I mean,
a worker
coming up
to a
with a
CEO?
well, I would say like first thing you would have to do is like, or for me would be to plan it out strategically. Make sure you're being intentional with your planning. Make sure that you like setting goals and you sticking to the plan. You know what I'm saying? Don't create a plan and then start doing other stuff. Kind of stick to what you say you're gonna do. Give yourself timelines on achieving those goals, setting those goals, and you know, shit, hit the ground running.
Hmm. And I would also, I know people have to work. You can't just jump into starting a business because a lot of people don't have capital, and you might have to bootstrap um, for a time period. But you coming up with your exit plan, you're getting your finances in place so you can take that leap of faith. So it's all about learning about how do I get finances for my business. So now you have to start looking at, open up, get my LLC. First, we're gonna start with the foundation. You gotta have an LLC. Whatever state you're in, well, in Wisconsin, we're in Wisconsin, it's gonna run you about $120. Then you go over to the IRS website, irs.gov, and then you apply for your EIN number, and then that's free. So don't go to any other third party place and going to get an EIN. They trying to charge you a couple $100 for that. They're lying and it's a scam. It's 100% free. And also there, once you ready, you go back. This is where you get your trust. You get an irrevocable and revocable trust, but that's on a later video. We don't come back to that. So now you got a little bit of your foundation for your business. Now it's setting up to get capital for your business. Now you're gonna go to your bank you already bank with and set up a business bank account because you want to separate your personal and your business. So you're gonna go there, and then you want to go to a bank that you already have a rapport with. So here, a lot of people here in Wisconsin use Educators Credit Union. So I've seen a lot of people and I've coached into getting a business bank account. They have walked away with 10 to 15, 10 between 10 to $25,000 for their business to get it started, because you'll need business capital to make your business grow. Every business has business capital. They didn't come out. They might have came out the pocket for a little bit, but what you want to get into the mindset of OPM, and OPM is other people's money, and that's how you're gonna get a return or ROI on your investment. So that's how when you get your business started. That's a whole nother video. We gonna get into that, but those are the first steps you want to do to start your business. Is you do that first, and then you're gonna check back with us for another video, and we're gonna tell you some more steps. But and while we have your attention right now, other things you want to do: get your social media, get your business email, get your business phone number, business address, because those things will keep you from getting funding too if they not all lining up, and you don't want to use your personal address. Nothing personal. I'm telling you that we're telling you this
from experience.
From experience. Now we didn't know this at first at all, and it took some years to even figure this out. Because a lot of people don't want to give you that sauce. A lot of people be gatekeeping. So I don't know for what reason. Like the last money. They don't want you to have it, but it's really bad out here. But it's starting to get better though. But we're not gatekeepers here at the Mill Clothing Company. Me and Chris.
We got the sauce you can have.
We got because it's money for everybody, and we are servants, and we're here to serve the public. And that's one of the things you have to figure out. How are you bringing value to the public? How you bringing value to the market? What needs are you fulfilling? How are you solving a problem? That's all the business is solving a problem. McDonald's started because people were hungry and wanted to take stuff on the go. I didn't want to sit in a restaurant and eat. I want to take this to the crib. I want to take this to a park and watch life and eat. That's where fast food came from. It came to solving a problem. Like tennis shoes. I want to be fresh when I don't want my feet to hurt. That's when Nike started. This hurt while I'm running track. So I'm gonna create something that feels better and make cushion at the bottom of my shoes. I don't know about Adidas. I don't know why they. He's an Adidas head too. I'm everything, but I don't know. I don't know what the brothers what they. What problem was they solving with Adidas? You remember?
No, I don't remember.
I don't remember. Okay, we gonna find that out.
We are solving the problem of wearing and looking fresh while representing home.
Represent home.
Wherever you go in the world, you can represent the mill. You also gonna look good doing it, and we also are home of the customs where you can make whatever design you see suitable for you, right, as far as color, placement, etc.
Yeah. And now, when we came into this, we had to learn what problem we would solve. We didn't know we were solving. I would say I didn't know that's what we were doing. I was like, man, I just want to make some clothes to be fresh, like Cuz was saying, like just want to be fresh and when I travel, I want people to know where I'm from because I have pride in where I grew up at. But over time of studying the craft or studying business, like yes, we have solved problems for people. You have a problem like I don't know what I'm gonna wear when I go out of town. I don't know what I'm gonna wear when I just want to run to the grocery store, and I still want to represent and look good when I go to the grocery store, or to my job, or to wherever I'm going. I want to represent my home, or have pride in where we're going. But we take pride in quality. All our products are to the best of quality. If it goes from a New Era baseball hat to a knit hat to socks, jogging pants, T-shirts, dad hats, the stitches on point, and we're gonna add a little razzle. What's that you say? Razzle dazzle. We're gonna add a little something to it that is gonna stick out from everybody else because everybody's unique in their style. And they want to look good, but you don't want to look like everybody else either. But you also, that's why we come up with the custom portion, as Cuz was talking about, because we want to make it suitable just for you. And it's not too many companies you can walk into a store and like, I like that, but can you make it in this color? I want it to match these shoes. So I'm kind of taking my other business ventures I had before and putting it into the Mill Clothing Company, because it's all about providing service to the consumer